Thank you so much, Kathy and Joni, her sister-in-law. Thank you. What a beautiful expression of aloha in music and in hula. On the second Sunday, we began a talk that has really carried over for 2 Sundays, and I just have to confess it's going to be another Sunday of it, okay? So this is part 3. We started this conversation about the secret to living the sweet life. And today we will continue with part 3 of that. And as we do so, I would like for you to hold in consciousness our Hawaiian proverb, which is taken from the Hawaiian Proverbs and Poetical Sayings. I invite you to join me in affirming it together. Together, please. E ia ke ola I kavaha, e ia ka muka muki I kavaha. You did pretty well. Pretty good. Right, Kumu, Brenda, they did okay? Which translates, it translates as such. Life is in the mouth. Death is in the mouth. Spoken words can enliven, spoken words can destroy. And we are very conscious speakers here at Unity. We know these words hear these words that are similar from Proverbs. It says, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat of its fruits, or eat its fruits. Friends, as we consider the secrets to the sweet life, and we understand that through our spoken words, we get to help create and co-create life that is sweet and life that is bitter. And it's actually our sweet words and our bitter words of spoken words of spoken truth, or truth, activates the law of creation, or the law of attraction, the principle of attraction that brings the corresponding manifestations into our experience. On the second Sunday, we started really breaking down the secret, or unfolding, revealing the secret. That's more than just one step, you know that, right? There's always more than just one aspect of the secret. We started with the primary, focus for the secret. It is that which undergirds all aspects of life that is sweet, that is beautiful, that is blissful, that is joyful. And it begins with a foundation, a spiritual foundation, having a realization of our oneness with Source, our oneness with Spirit. That is the foundation of living the sweet life. A foundation, the oneness that I am one with the Great Spirit. I am one with Source. I'm one with God. I'm one with life. I am one with this vibration. I'm one with this energy. From that space, from that place, that is the ground level foundation. From that, we can build and construct the life that looks sweet and feels sweet and smells sweet, tastes sweet. Then last week, we talked about the second part of the secret, and that is stepping into the wow factor and living from the wow factor. How many of you had some wow moments over the past week? Yeah, you really? You did? Really? Wow? Okay. Had a wow moment today? Wow. And we looked at wow as an acronym of willing to be open, just willing to be open to the wonders of life. Wow. And the wow moments are those moments that command our attention, that commands us to be present, to move out of the past, get out of the future, and to come into this eternal now, into this present moment, and enjoy the blessings, enjoy the good that's here and that's now. Biographers of, the Apple genius, Stephen Jobs, stated that his last words were, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." Can you imagine being in that state and place, that space of wonderment, of just being in awe, just total awe of how life shows up and expresses through us. You know, we said that there's a difference in the aha moments, and we all have those aha moments. The moments that Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith calls the moment when revelation occurs. You know, I had a revelation, that inspiration of spirit that was revealed, that suggested to me that the situation that I was going through, there was more to it, that's not it, or I'm more than what I thought, more than my experiences and all of those things. It says the secret That aha moment is the revelation. But those wow moments are those moments of pure joy and excitement, amazement, surprise that calls us to just say, really it comes to us to say thank you, that we recognize it, we can acknowledge it, we celebrate it, anticipate it, and give thanks for it. So as we move, we consider those two aspects of the secret. We're now moving into the third aspect of the secret. It is that of expectation. Living the sweet life, the secret to living the sweet life is living in a constant state of great expectation, of expecting. To expect means to anticipate, to look forward to just sense and you just know, or you have this inkling that something bigger, something better, something grander, something phenomenal. It's happening now. We're calling it forth. As we seek to live the sweet life and we step into this consciousness, this vibration of expectation that we are activating, we're commanding the universe to take form. Expectation, as we've talked about it before, coincides with the spiritual, that sixth principle of mind that Charles Fillmore talked about in his book, The 12 Powers of Man. How many of you have that book? Please get it. Do yourself a favor and get it. Add it to your personal library. Download it. The 12 powers of man, he says the sixth faculty is that power of imagination. That through expectation we hold a vision, and when we hold that vision and attach that feeling nature, we command the universe. And we are asked, we are invited to command the universe. Do you know that you can command the universe? You can tell your neighbor, you can command the universe. We can do that. The sacred text says, prove me now, prove me now, prove me now, says the Lord of hosts, the law. Lord in metaphysics is law. And see, won't I open for you the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings, so much good that you don't even have room enough to receive it. Prove me now, command ye me, says the law, the Lord of the universe. Put me to test. Friends, expectation and that sense and that feeling of anticipating, of looking forward and just knowing that something is about to come, it will call forth, it will call the universe, call the Great Spirit on the carpet. And I love calling God on the carpet. The God in me, the God in you, the God that is in all of life and all of creation. It's stated that we don't always get what we ask for, we get what we expect. Just like the man who was out riding one night and it was raining and he had a flat tire. He was trying to get where he was going. He had this flat tire. There was no one around, but he remembered that there was a house down the way. He decided to walk in the rain, and on the way there, he says, wow, that house is dark. It's so late. Oh, nobody. They're not going to answer the door. If they answer the door, they're probably going to be upset that I'm knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell so late at night. And then he's really thinking about this. We don't always get what we ask for. We get what we expect. So he started having this dialogue with it. You know how we do. We have that conversation. It's called the monkey mind. Starts telling you, well, what if that? 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 Well, that might happen. And so he's having this. Well, if the owner is there, he's going to probably be so upset. So he started having this conversation with the owner of that house before he even got there. And he got so upset. He says, well, I know he's not going to want to. And what he really needed was, what do you call that? No, that other thing, that you take the lugs off the tire. You see, I don't change tires. I call AAA. Or I call Ralph, or I call... What do you call the thing? We call lug, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. You put it on the thing, the lug wrench. He needed you see, I'm not the only one who does not change tires here that I can see. He needed a lug wrench. And he says, well, if he has a lug wrench, he's not going to want to give it to me. Oh, and so he's having this conversation. Before he even gets to the door, he's so upset and so angry by what he thinks this guy's going to say. And he rings the doorbell. He knocks on the door, and he hears this voice, well, who is it? And the guy says, well, you know who it is. You know it's me. And you can keep your lug wrench. I don't need it. If that's the last one in the world, I still would not want to borrow your lug. So he had it already made up in his mind. He expected not to get his, I know, just pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. We don't always get what we ask for, but we get what we expect. And friends, your expectation, your anticipation of the good, of any manner, any expression of good that you desire, will call it forth. I often get calls from individuals before they go and have their doctor's appointment, and they're so concerned. And I've been asked, well, Reverend Jack, pray for me, pray with me. And they're so concerned and filled with anxiety. And I'm like, well, why? I'm so worried about what the doctor's going to tell me. I'm like, well, release the worry. And grab hold of the expectation. What do you want the doctor to tell you? All medical professionals. What do you want the report to be? Send your Rahab out for you, before you. Send your Gabriel, the archangel Gabriel, the messenger angel. Send the messenger to bring the message, carry the message that you want to hear. Work it. And when they do that, building that level of expectation, that anticipation shifts everything. Friends, expectation calls us to a different level of expression. When you get full of expectation, you can do some things. You know that? That's power. And then we step in. Expectation creates enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the fourth aspect of the secret. Enthusiasm. To be enthusiastic about life, I think it was Norman Vincent Peale says, there's nothing in this world that has been so great that was not brought forth through enthusiasm. Any greatness that we see or that we can count or identify in the world is because someone was so enthusiastic about it that it came forth. In the Greek, enthusiasm comes from two words, en. En means in or within. Theos from theology, God. In God, within God, God within. So it suggested that when we are enthusiastic, passionate, and I have been accused, Kumu, I have been accused by some in here to be enthusiastic when I speak. You've heard that, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Thank you. I have been accused of being enthusiastic when I stand here, and I must confess, I am. To be enthusiastic, to be overwhelmed with this vibrational energy, this divine energy. The Greek says to be enthusiastic means to be possessed by God. And friends, I have news for you. I am possessed by God. By good. When this energy, and Jeremiah says it, now I know my body, I pressed the shirt, dry the shirt. When we step into life fully, really knowing that this great energy is moving in us, through us, at all times. Can you move your hands, those who can? Wiggle your fingers. Maybe lift your arms. See, your brain cannot do that alone. Rather, neither your voluntary reflexes or involuntary. No, it's the spirit of life, the breath, that gives us that ability to lift our hands, our arms, and move our fingers and wave our hands. And friends, when that energy, when that spirit, when that vibration gets to moving in us, through us, and as us, for me, it becomes just like Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah, talking about in the Hebrew Bible. He says it's like fire. Shut up in my bones, just like the phone ringing right there. And I got to hold that call. It is like fire shut up in my bones, and I cannot find peace until I give it expression. To living the sweet life calls us to get so full and so enthusiastic. You know, enthusiasm is power. There's a lot of magic that happens for enthusiastic individual. You ever been around them? I love being around enthusiastic people. People who are so excited and they're calling for it. And what you're doing, in the enthusiastic individual, we are working with divine energy. We're working with it invisible energy, and we're bringing it in. And don't you know that when you get around somebody who's enthusiastic, it's contagious. And it will get on you. It will get you. You stay around me long enough, I promise you I'm going to get some on you. To step into it, to wake up in the morning, go about your day, so filled with this life force, this life presence. You are alive. We are still here. Doesn't matter what you've been through. My choral professor would often say, Jack, the world does not care how many storms you encounter along life. The world doesn't care how trying the situation was. The world doesn't care how strong the wind, how hard the rain fall, or how tumultuous the waters became. All the world wants to know is, did you bring the ship in? Did you bring it in? In spite of the condition, in spite of the situation, are you still at a space and place within yourself where you still have some joy and some excitement about living? It did not beat you down. You're still here. Conditions, situations, whether it's been any ailments, whether it's been the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, or a relationship, a loss of finances, you are still here. We're still here. And life calls us to stand in respect, at attention, celebrating it. And then we move into the last phase of the secret. This is it. I didn't get to this in the first two. You know, if you've noticed that we're doing the acronym SWEET, S, spiritual foundation, W, the wow, willing to be open to the wonders of life. E, the first E is what? Expectation. The second E is living from a place of enthusiasm. The T is being thankful. Living in a constant state and place of gratitude, of thanksgiving. Just being thankful. Yeah, life might not be all that we want it to be, but I'm thankful. Might not be where I want to be today, but I'm not where I used to be. And some of you should shout, I'm thankful to that. It might not be the perfect picture, but friends, your ability to say thank you for the little bit that you have, for the lot that you have, for the beauty, for the ugly of life, to say thank you in spite of, will move us into a state and place of sweetness that the world cannot give. Oh no. And the world can't take that sweetness away. Take a breath for just a moment. Close your eyes. Rest your feet on the floor. I want you to just bring your middle finger, your thumb to your middle finger, and put your other fingers around it. Just rest for a moment. Think about how wonderful it is to just be present today, to be alive. Think about how wonderful it is to have the breath of life moving in and through you without struggle, without strain. Think about how beautiful it is to know that the blood is running through your body in a wonderful system that was created by a master plan, a divine energy. Take a breath with me. Now open your eyes and think about how sweet it is. How sweet it is to live in paradise. God bless you. Peace and blessings.